Guys, welcome back to the shop and welcome to Grove Creek, Minnesota. Today we're here for Cash at the Creek for their 535 small tire Little Gangsters class with blue balls. You guys haven't seen blue balls in a while. We're here to hopefully go a round or two. Let's get to the live action. So we're just up in the staging lanes for Adam's very first test pass for small tire Gangsters. Got a car in the track. We got no draggy. And we're supposed to run a 535.
Yeah, we weren't prepped for this, that's for sure.
Imagine that, eh?
Imagine that.
So you're reviewing the logs. What did you discover?
Dash isn't reading accurately to my RPM.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so I hit the limiter pretty good.
So when you say that the dash isn't reading right, is it indicating a lower RPM or is it?
The display just wasn't caught up to the RPM of the car.
So it's such a nasty bish that you're outrunning the tack.
Oh yeah, outrunning the tack. So
I'm going 650.
I might be feeling braille when I'm shifting now. First gear was only like 7,000 RPM, 6,900, which I've been running at that, but our combination now is good for like, not gonna say it, but like 8,200.
Holy crap.
So I might raise the limiter a little bit to about 8,000 just so I have a little cushion.
I'm not gonna say it, but 8,200.
Yeah, so just really reviewing the log. Launched really well. Oil pressure, fuel pressure was good going down track.
Since the car was last out on film, it's got a new D-Short fuel pump, so we're not running out of fuel anymore.
Duty cycle, let's go here at whatever. So it's consuming more fuel at 7,600. It's at 65% duty cycle, so it's a lot better than last year when we were tapped out at 100% and fuel pressure dropping. So yeah, we're in a good position. We got to get the draggy going to know how fast we're actually going, because they're giving no data,
No slips,
nothing. So we got a pretty nice Nova. We've raced before. I think we got them covered as long as I do my job.
Let's not get greedy.
Yeah, as long as I do my job, the car does its job, we should be able to go through the traps pretty
And
nicely.
so who makes sure that the car is doing its job?
This guy.
So it all comes back down. As long as the car does its job.
Yeah.
As long as it just stays together when I rev it to 8,000 RPM and don't shift it. So that's why we don't. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
This is why we don't count the ducks.
Yeah, yeah.
Or count them out at least.
So you go up, it won't bump in. Get off of it.
Yeah.
You get back on the brake.
And let go of the brake.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
So you check the log. It showed 100%
TPS.
on the TPS.
So I didn't pussyfoot and take my foot off.
You probably did. Probably scared.
Yeah.
And sorry, I cut the clip super short because out of frustration I just ended it. So, but it was, you guys missed nothing.
Yeah. So,
unfortunately. So the night's not over. You can still do test and tune.
Yeah, I don't know when they do test and tune.
But
so
unfortunate.
Very. Because I think we had a car that was gonna win.
On the log, throttle position was 100%. It had fuel pressure. There's nothing that would have indicated that it would have lost anything. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing we can do is go do a test hit and just make sure things are okay. If not, we're taking it home and we're pulling the transmission out.
Don't even talk like that.
Hey, that's the only thing that wasn't doing its job.
Maybe you hurt that converter.
What, blew it up?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We're going to try and go for test and tune, whenever they call that. And unfortunately, our racing night is done. But maybe I can put 20 bucks in a garage race and see if I can win some money, cover gas to get home. Okay, so we just made a clean pass. 563, 126. Adam hot lapped it because we were told if we hot lap it, we get one more pass, and they're telling us now no more passes.
No more
so
passes.
we're gonna sit in line anyways, and with any luck, they're gonna tell us one more pass. So left nice, 139, 60 foot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we need to leave on like 9 pounds of boost here.
What was that, 7?
Well, I was demanding 8, probably. I gotta check the data log, but it was probably only like 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's make a couple changes, and with any luck, they'll tell us we get one more. So
yeah,
make the changes, be ready, and hopefully if we get one more shot of this. But the good news is the car's not hurt.
No.
So who knows what happened on that last pass.
The mile an hour is there.
Hey guys, Brett here. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. So unfortunately, this video did take an abrupt ending right here. They did not let us make another pass. Night was done. And I'm trying to think of how to end this video properly. So earlier in the night, there was a gentleman named Troy who's got an absolutely gorgeous, like 2010 5th, 6th gen Camaro. I'll drop a photo right here of the car. And unfortunately, this car took an absolutely nasty wreck. We didn't see it. We saw kind of the tail end of it as there was debris flying through the air when it hit the wall. Thankfully, he's okay. So I don't know Troy personally. I've seen him around. I've met his kid once or twice. Nice people from what I can tell. And unfortunately, just took an absolutely nasty spill. Car is deemed a total loss. And I think it's just a good opportunity to just touch base quick on how important it is to have safety equipment in your car. I would say this car probably hit the wall like 170 miles an hour, drove through the wall. I'll attach a clip after this. Someone else captured the crash, and horrific crash, honestly. Surprising that people can walk away from stuff like this. So just a good time to touch base. You know what? Cert your chassis. I mean, I know it doesn't take a lot, and some pretty ugly crap unfortunately makes it through chassis certs, but just spend the time, spend the money, get a Hans device, wear the proper safety gear, wear a helmet. The Hans is so important, especially with cars like this. And you know what? I know some of us only have a 10, 11, 12-second street car, but you know what? Here's the thing. Just because your car is slow by today's standards, which, hey, not a slow car, anything like that, especially in the street, is a lot of fun. But you know what? You're less inclined to have all the other safety gear, right? You probably don't have a cage in your car. Maybe you don't have harnesses. It doesn't hurt to have a Hans device and a good helmet and a jacket in the event something happens, right? Just because you don't have all the other safety gear that's technically required at a certain speed, maybe you're not there yet. You don't need that stuff. It does not hurt to have. You know, a lot of us have families to come home to, pets to come home to, and let's not skimp on safety gear. So like I said, I don't know Troy personally. I've seen him around. Seems like a great guy. Seems like a good family. And I'm going to attach the video here. Hopefully that's okay. And just show you guys how crucial it is to have the proper safety gear. So I'm going to drop the video right now. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Sorry this video had such an abrupt ending. But we really had hoped that we are going to get another pass. And unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way. So I'm going to close with the video. Yeah, pop it. There you go. There you go. There you go. More?
A little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. Just a little more. A little more. There you go. There you go. Even a little more, yeah.